Back to Ed's Garage and Merton Hyundai. Today we are going over some of the safety features in Hyundai vehicles. Specifically right now we're in a Ioniq Ultimate, so the 2019 Ioniq Ultimate Canadian edition. So keep in mind if you're from the States or any other country, some of your safety features may vary slightly. So 2019 Hyundai Ioniq Ultimate. We're going to go over, the first thing I'll go over is the backup camera system. So I'm going to go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse and check out the screen over here. So a couple things to note. First off, nice wide angle screen. You can actually see the bumper along the bottom. I've got a dealer plate on there right now, which you can actually see kind of flapping around a little bit in the wind. But also notice the yellow lines when I turn the steering wheel. I'm actually getting what's called dynamic steering lines, which make it really easy to get in the exact parking space that I want, just like that. Now, what's really cool about this system is that I can very easily back right up to something very close. I'm just going to go up to these garbage cans here, and I can get in within inches of that garbage can. There we go. So that puts me about 5 inches away. So this red line is about 18 inches. The yellow line here is about 4 feet. The further yellow line is about 6 to 8 feet, depending on the height of the object that you're comparing it to. So that is the backup camera system. Next thing we're going to try out is the rear cross traffic alert. So for that, I'm going to get my buddy here to walk past the vehicle while it's in reverse. So I'll take the camera from you there. All right, so what we're going to look for is basically in the mirrors, there's little lights right here. There's one right there. Actually, I'll just make it come on for a second. There it is. And that's going to come on when Job here passes behind the vehicle. So I'm going to put it into reverse. All right. So he's going to start over by the curb there, Job, behind you. Nope, just directly behind you is a curb. Yep, just start there. And then just kind of jog past the back of the car. All right, so there he comes, and we got the flashing light, and it also is telling me here in the screen that there's cross traffic. All right, now he's going to do it from the other side. All right, and I'm going to watch him, and you'll see where it starts to go off. There, it's already going off even before he shows up in the camera. And that's how intuitive that is. So that's the rear cross traffic alert system. It's using the same system as the blind spot monitoring, which we'll show you next. So we're going to go for a drive now. We're going to cover a few different things. We're going to go over the blind spot monitoring system. We're going to go over the lane keep assist system, the adaptive cruise control system, which is an extension of the autonomous emergency braking, and also the forward collision alert system. Before we set off though, there's one thing I do want to show you guys real quick, and that is on this screen here. If I go to the menu button and I flip over to the next couple of screens, here it shows me my driver attention warning system. Basically what that's doing is it's monitoring the steering input as well as the brake and the gas input. And if it determines by those inputs that I'm getting drowsy, what will actually happen is that a little coffee cup will show up on that display warning me that I might be getting a bit drowsy. So that's kind of a cool feature. All right, so here we go. Stay tuned for the next little bit of the video. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually regenerative braking. So this vehicle, of course, like any hybrid or electric vehicle, has regenerative braking. Now, some people don't think that is a safety feature. However, it absolutely is, and I'll show you what I mean. So we have a look at this, the instrument cluster here. This little box right now is showing me that I'm in level 0 regenerative braking. If I pull the left paddle, so that's on the left side of the steering wheel, it shows level 1, level 2, and level 3. And now when I lift off the accelerator, you can see we're actually charging and we're slowing down because the vehicle is recharging the battery by using the electric motor as a generator. So that resistance is basically being built up by magnetic resistance in the engine, which is then creating electricity to charge the battery. But the reason that it's a safety feature is now because if I let, I'm going to speed up a little bit here. If I let off the accelerator, instantly we are slowing down. So have a look at the charge section here. So you can see I've got 3 charge lights on right now, and it's also putting the brake lights on as well. So the reason that I consider that a safety feature is because essentially when you lift off the accelerator, you're immediately slowing down. So in an emergency situation, you lift off the accelerator to go to the brake, you're already slowing down before you even touch the brake pedal. So definitely a safety feature in my view. The next thing we're going to talk about is I'm going to try to demonstrate the forward collision alert system here. Let's see if it comes on. Nope, didn't come on that time. So wasn't closing fast enough on that vehicle. We'll try again here. I need to get up to speed a little bit. Alright, so I'm closing in on this vehicle. We'll see what happens. There it is. So there's the forward collision warning. You saw it on the screen here, as well as the audible tone. Probably freaked the guy out in front of me, but you know what? At least the car gave us a warning. Now, had we done nothing at that point, the car actually would have slowed down on its own. Okay, so the next thing we're going to show off is the lane keep assist and the lane departure warning system. So I'm jumping onto a freeway here, and I'm going to get it up to speed. All right. So have a look out the window for a second here, Joe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge without putting my signal on. So the car's going to fight me a little bit here, but I'm also going to get that. And that is our lane departure warning system. So if you're starting to drift out of your lane, we're going to do it again. We're going to cross over this line. Okay, and the lane departure warning system comes on. I don't know if you were able to see that in the screen here, but it actually also shows us, there we go, in the screen, the lane departure warning system. Now that, of course, is part of the lane keep assist system, which is currently active. So, look, Ma, no hands. All right, so the car is now maintaining its position in the lane all by itself, lane keep assist. All right, we're steering down the road. The car's doing, okay, so now it says, please keep your hands back on the wheel. Now, of course, that is a safety feature. It's not an autonomous driving car, okay, so it's not designed to take over all of the steering. All right, so while we're here on the freeway, we're going to try the adaptive cruise system. All right, so let's see, we're going to enable cruise. We're going to set it at 111, there we go. We'll set it a little bit higher. We'll go to 130. All right, so now we are on adaptive cruise, and we can actually change the distance that we follow the vehicle in front of us with this button right here. And you'll notice that on this screen now it's showing me the distance that I'm following. It's the closest distance. And if I press it again, it goes to the farthest distance. There's basically 4 different levels of distance that we can travel. And you're going to notice now, if we look out the front window, a little bit higher, it's actually going to maintain its distance behind that truck. And as soon as that truck disappears, the car is going to accelerate. All right, so look down at the speedometer here for me. Perfect. So now it's going to accelerate all the way up to the speed that I have it set at. I'm going to reduce that because obviously 130 would be speeding quite substantially. So we'll go to, I don't know, 110. All right, so the car is going to continue on at 110 kilometers an hour until it approaches another vehicle, and then it's going to slow down on its own. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the adaptive cruise control. All right, so the next thing I'm going to try to demonstrate is the blind spot monitoring system. For that, I'm going to need a car in my blind spot. So what I'll do here is I'll slow down a bit and let this Hyundai Kona, that's probably wondering what on earth I'm doing. All right, so Hyundai Kona's coming up, and we'll see if our light comes on in the side mirror. Driving very cautiously right now. She's probably wondering why I'm going slow. There we go. And now if I put my signal on, it starts to flash. So that is the the blind spot monitoring system and the blind spot warning. Pretty cool, eh, guys? So let's cover a few things that we talked about. So blind spot monitoring system includes the rear cross traffic alert. It's basically the same program that is able to detect cross traffic, is also detecting cars. So it's sensors pointing sideways out of the rear bumper, essentially. We've also got the adaptive cruise control system, which encompasses the forward autonomous emergency braking. That's one that I am just not willing to try. And of course we have the lane keep assist with the lane departure warning system. And the backup camera with dynamic steering line. So all of those things of course, come with the ultimate trim on the Ioniq. They also come with the ultimate trim on the Kona EV and the preferred trim on the Kona EV, and many other Hyundai models as well. And they're becoming more and more common. One of the things I love about the way that Hyundai does it, for instance, on the rear cross traffic alert, is it actually tells you which side the traffic is coming from. A lot of companies, they just have a cross traffic alert and they don't actually say, it's coming from side A, side B, whatever. The other thing I like about the way that Hyundai does their regenerative braking is that they actually give you different levels of regen braking. So that, believe it or not, that isn't commonplace on electric vehicles. As an example, most electric vehicles only just have a regenerative braking mode. For instance, the Chevy Spark Electric is one that I can think of off the top of my head. You just put the gear shifter in low, and then it has, more aggressive regen braking. Now, I want to point out with regen braking, a common misconception is that when you put the vehicle into level 3 regenerative braking, that it somehow, gives you more regenerative braking than you would normally get just pressing, here's the different levels here, just pressing the brake pedal. But that's not actually true. And maybe I can demonstrate how that works. So I'm going to put the vehicle into 0 regenerative braking level here, but you're going to notice on the left, the charge section here. Right now I'm in sort of, a couple levels of eco driving because I'm accelerating. But what I need to do is I need to slow down, but I do have a vehicle behind me. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to slow down. I'm only using the brake pedal now, and you can see the charge level is increasing. I got to speed up again here. So it's not actually using the brake pads, guys. It's using the engine or the electric motor as a generator first and foremost. If I slam on the brakes, yeah, then it's going to use the brake pads. Or if I press the brake pedal far enough down, basically it's going to start to use the brake pads. So the reason I wanted to demonstrate that is because a lot of people think that driving in level 3 regeneration somehow gives you better regeneration, but it really doesn't. It's actually the same. The benefit of having this is a little bit of extra safety when you take your foot off the accelerator. It immediately starts to slow down, and quite frankly, it's just kind of nice to drive this way. Alright guys, so that is some of the safety features in our Hyundai vehicles. If you have any questions, by all means, comment below. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the other videos that I put up from time to time, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can actually monetize my videos. That'd be great. So please, please, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of new videos, hit the bell icon. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a wonderful day.